I think we're there now. I think we're on. I think we're on. I think we're on.
It's not recording though.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Not recording. Here he is. Here he is. Faz, take two, man. Take two. Here we go. Um, everyone knows. Everyone knows how different it is to go to a HYROX as a spectator versus an athlete versus a coach
Yeah.
versus even being there for business, right? There's a lot of different ways you can go to these HYROX events, right?
Yeah.
My question to you is like, I want to know what it's like being in your shoes.
Um,
Like, sorry. The other day in Vienna, this sounds really kind of weird, but I was on the top of the wall ball thing, like the village.
Underdome.
Yep, yep. After like it was the Saturday, so I just raced Friday night, just chilling, and you were on the mic, man. And I honestly just spent I spent 10 minutes, I reckon, just watching you. Like, and I loved it, mate. I it was so weird because I just like wanted to, I just like watched you. And man, like I could tell in your head, like in that 10 minutes though, it was so fascinating because I could tell you were so switched on into trying to create more vibe and get to this person, get to that person. You were so like into it that you're working hard. You were working mentally so hard, man.
Yeah.
And I
I
was
mean,
so impressed. I was so impressed.
appreciate it. Yeah, people. I make I make it look easy, but when I get back to my hotel room, I am
Yeah,
exhausted. I'm
I
like,
bet, mate.
I'm
Yeah.
done. But yeah, no, listen, it's I enjoy what I do, but also I'm always trying to be better. Um, I've now like found myself not just when I watch HYROX, other events where I'm not at, but if I'm watching like sports, I'm listening to who the MC is, I'm listening to what they are saying, and I'm like not comparing myself. I'm like, okay, cool. What are they doing that is good? What can I take from that? How can I? So I'm already in that mindset now. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's get better at this. But um, for the majority of it, it's just pure energy and happiness. Like for me, doing what I do at HYROX, it's a privilege. It's 100% a privilege. I get triple A. I get access all areas. So
Yeah.
I'm free to go where I want, and I'm free to like see who I want to see, and you know, um, and it's just a real privilege to be in that position to be able to obviously MC hype, but then there are moments of coaching, there are moments of like mindset, especially in the thing because I'm mainly positioned at the wall balls. We've got to call out everyone who crosses the line. We have to celebrate because no matter if it's an elite like yourself or a seasoned athlete or their first time, we want to make every single person who crossed the line feel special, whether they hear it or not. There'll be someone recording them, and then it's on that video for a long time. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm constantly looking. I'm trying to find people that I know, or I'm trying to, we get messages in the WhatsApp group on HYROX Entertainment of like, oh, we have this person coming up, or this person from Macmillan Cancer, or we have an adaptive athlete, or we've got, so we're always looking out for these moments. But I'm trying to find the unsung heroes almost, and I love
You
finding them.
love that.
Yeah, I love finding them, but I find them through looking at the crowd. So when it comes to, and I love how HYROX now have created that Thunderdome. Like it's
Yeah.
just that Coliseum factor, and it's I can go up to someone and especially with kids. Like obviously, I'm a dad of two, so it's natural for me to be drawn to children in that way. And it's like if I see a kid with like a sign up going, "Go, daddy," whatever, and I'm like, "Who's your daddy? Where is he?" And I see him, and I'm like, "Okay, cool." And he's there, and he's got his hands on his knees, and he's suffering because it's 100 wall balls. And I turn up, and I'm like, "What's your name?" And she goes, "Oh, it's Rebecca." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then I go up to the dad, and he's hands on his knees. I'm like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing? Just let you know, Rebecca's watching you, and she's wondering why the fuck your hands are on your knees." And then you say that, and he's there, and he's going, and he looks at me. He's got no idea who I am, and he goes, "Oh, all right."
Well, yeah.
And he just get. I love it. It gives me goosebumps, bro.
Yes, and that's so, mate. It's so powerful. And you know what? Like what you just did then, you know, being engaged with all surroundings, seeing the poster, seeing Rebecca,
yeah,
mate, like, and doing what you just did. I'll be honest with you. I'll toot your own horn here, mate. Like, not many people can actually see that and psychologically go,
yeah,
I can get more out of this bloke here. You know, like I can help this guy out. I can help Rebecca and the son out. Not many people can do that. Like, you know, you say you're 39, right? I'm 30, mate, and what's the like you're very socially aware and socially intuitive, emotionally intuitive as well, because that's all emotion as well, mate, right?
Yeah, no, totally.
And yeah, like did you have a lot to do with older people when you were young? Weird question.
No, yeah, it's not a weird question, but I don't.
Like, did you have to mature for a reason earlier than?
I mean, I'm the first child of three, so I'm like the trailblazer, and I've done some pretty epic things in my younger life in terms of like being in an adult industry. In terms of like, that sounds a bit weird. Yes. As in, like, I've I used to do a lot of like TV commercials when I was young, you know. So
right.
I'm on set with like adults, and there's lights and cameras, and then it's all pointed on you. You know, I've done commercials when I was young for Pepsi and Walker's Crisps and all this type of stuff. So that was when I was young, and that's when I wanted to like be an actor, and that's where like I went to drama school, and this is where like the showmanship of me comes from. And then I've done stuff like I was a ball boy at Wimbledon tennis for like 3 years, and I did the Australia. I did the Pat Rafter, Pete Sampras men's final in 2000. So again, it's like being like that. That was a pinnacle moment in my life, like learning how to transfer fitness into an actual sport. Like, so you've got to be fit to be a ball boy. You've got to know the game of tennis, and you've got to be really good at it if you want to get onto centre court and do the men's final. So it's like, okay, cool, tick, tick, and tick. You're working with adults, and I was like 14, I was 15 at the time. So to answer your question, yes, but nothing like bad. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like the reason why I bring that up is because like I was lucky when I was a child, mate, to be in and around my dad's business, which was like a leadership development business.
Nice.
And he had people working for him that were 10, 20 years older than me, and I'd spend weekends with them. I'd spend weekends like, with my sister kind of at these conferences learning about, leadership and development and all of the above. And I personally put my interest more than anything in people and relationships and the mentality of health. I put that down to how I was brought up with my dad's business, to be honest, without him kind of and my mum kind of knowing this was going on. But we learned so much. We learned so much by having to hang around people older than us and not only hang around, but socialize more than anything.
Yeah.
Right? So mate, that's really interesting, because I guarantee you're the person you are today because of all those experiences.
Yeah, no, definitely, 100%. But it's also being in those environments and being taught how to behave in them. Like, my mum always like said, you've got to say please, thank you, and so I think it's really. And now I'm a parent. I'm like, okay, cool. So, we teach Rafi to like say thank you and please, and to ask questions. It's like, oh, how you doing? When you've got a grown man, or my friend or Louise or whoever, or a teacher, and they go, hey, how are you, Rafi? And then Rafi goes, oh, I'm good. how are you? We teach him to like respond back with a question. It's like, no, don't just like say that one word response. Like, you know, I say, oh, remember to ask them how they are, like how they doing, or when he speaks to like my mom, his granny, I'm like, ask granny, she's feeling better because she had a cold, and so it's all these little things where it's teaching a 4, 5-year-old, 6-year-old how to converse with an adult, and he's really good at it now. I said like he's teaching me stuff. I'm like, excuse me.
Yeah, that's awesome, mate.
It's good. It's good.
Well, mate, like on that note, right? Like, so two kids, is that correct?
Yep, 5, and Cleo is almost 18 months.
Yeah, wow, mate. Take me through being a dad. Like, I'm a mate.
How long we got, bro?
But mate, I could see you being such a fun father.
I mean, my wife will probably hates it because I'm like the guy who kind of like just wrecks everything that she's like built in terms of like rules and whatever. But I'm a big kid anyway, so it's really difficult for me to adult. Like I hate being an adult. I hate having to deal with like just like bills and mortgages and just lifestyle. So I'm that dad who is like always play fighting, always want to do the silly stuff, and being a dad and being obviously a co-parent, because dads are so much more involved in this generation than they were like with your dad and my dad, perhaps.
Yeah.
Like my dad was hands-on, but it wasn't like he came home from work and then that was it. You didn't really see him that much. Whereas I come home and it's like, here's the baby, do this, then I'm like, okay, cool. So it's, bro, it has its moments, it has its challenges. It's very overwhelming having 2. My little daughter is a wrecking ball. Like she just comes through and there's not a, people go, especially on like HYROX, right? They go, because they're used to me now doing so many. And people, where are you going this weekend, Faisal? I'm like, I'm going to Copenhagen. So I'll fly out Friday and I'll come back Sunday. Are you working on Monday? I'm like, no, I'm not working on Monday. So you get to rest. I'm like, nah, I've got 2 kids, man. It's like, I come home and it's like straight back in. But like, you know, I'm tired. So there are moments where I don't give my family what everyone else sees. There are, because I get home and I'm exhausted, and that's my safe place to be a bit like, I can't, you know, what? And I have moments where, like, you know, Rafi's asked me something, and every mom and dad will know this, where you kind of, your patience wears a bit thin, and then I have to like realize he's only a kid, he misses me, I'm tired, so let's just try and get out of this little exhausted like slump. So it's difficult, but here's one thing, like all they have to do is one thing of like amazingness, like angelic, like a gesture. They smile or they make you laugh, and all the bad, all the things that irritate you, where you get frustrated, just literally melts away. So it's challenging, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, man. And like Georgie and I don't have kids yet.
I bet you get asked that. So when you're having kids, when you're going to marry?
Yeah. Well, we actually haven't had that for a while, actually, and I think it's because we're over here doing our thing and not at home. But we both can't wait, because I think it changes. Like I'm assuming, I can't really say anything here, but I'm assuming it just changes your perspective on like what's important as well.
I think for me, JK, the biggest thing was I learned so much of what my parents did. I was like, so they did that way different to what I'll be doing now.
Yeah.
Like I parent completely different to how my parents did it. And I'm thinking, how did they do all that back in the day without the iPad, without the easy like snappy pull-ups, like without the formula that's already made, like for the bottles and stuff. Like they had it hard, but then, so for me, it's a huge change, bro. And when you guys, when you guys have a baby, it's an amazing thing. And you just, it's no longer about you. I think that's one of the hardest things to, probably that's why I'm more humble than most, because like, you know, if I compare myself to other people in similar roles, like, and they don't have kids, they're doing it purely for them. So it's about them, me. And they have more focus, more time to really smash it. Whereas I'm turning up, and yes, the attention might be on me, or I'm in front of a camera, or I've got a microphone in my hand, and it may seem like I'm doing this for me, but you know, I'm not shooting. So I've got a 6 weekend back-to-back HYROX coming up. That's 6 weekends away from my children. I'm not choosing to do that because I enjoy being away from my family. I'm doing it to put money in my bank account and to feed them and to provide for them, basically. So, you know, people always go to me like, oh, you were in Vienna. Did you go out in Vienna? And I'm like, nah. What? Like, it's a different mindset for me. It's like people go, oh, where are you going this weekend? Oh, I'm going to Copenhagen. Oh, that'd be nice. Like, are you going to go see? Didn't Shakespeare have his? Isn't that where he wrote Hamlet or whatever? And I'm like, listen, I'm going to fly in. I'm going to absolutely smash it at HYROX. I'm going to go to bed because I don't get much sleep at home. So I'll take full advantage of having a hotel room where I sleep. And I go home and I go straight back to my family. You know, if I was single, if I wasn't in a relationship, if I didn't have a family, I would go out and I'd see and go to, you know, and join everyone who goes out. I feel bad sometimes. Everyone goes, oh, Faisal, are you coming out? You're going to come for a drink? And I'm like, well, one, I don't drink. And two, I don't really like going to bars. And I used to do that when I was younger, but now I want to go to bed. I'm so...
Yeah, man.
This is why HYROX for me is my club. HYROX for me is my out. This is why when the DJ plays that song and I feel it, you know, when you're watching me for those 10 minutes, it's me in my element, you know, because I used to party hard when I was younger, but I didn't drink, you know, so I had like other incentives to go out and see friends and whatever. But now I'm such a, you know, I'd rather sit down on the sofa and watch a good Netflix documentary. You know?
Mate, you honestly just like, you're a 9.75 out of 10. I don't know what you are now, but what you just said is just so I respect it so much.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
People still, not naming names, but good friends in the HYROX thing, they still offer me to come out. Oh, let me get you the first drink. And I'm like, but I don't drink.
Yeah,
But we've obviously not had that main conversation. You know, that they don't know that it's my faith. And if you took away my faith, I probably wouldn't drink anyway. I don't actually see the point of drinking. But it's like, so that whole lifestyle is completely irrelevant to me.
Yeah. But man, so here's the thing. What you just said, the last 3 minutes, man, it's just so, I respect it so much because people see you out there, like at the event, like just so much energy, being so positive. I'll be honest, like probably has, like some people that don't know you now, like would probably look at you and be like, oh, he must bloody drink, he must party hard, he's a party boy, you know, oh, just wait till it's like midnight and a few drinks under his belt, he's going to be absolutely like on song. But like your priorities is like, you're so professional, like, and that sounds weird because you're so like out there doing a thing, but that's the profession.
Yeah.
And then also me saying that you're so professional means that you get the job done. You be the best MC that you can ever be on that Saturday at Copenhagen.
Yeah.
But then straight after that, sleep, back home, kids, family, and life goes on. Like it's so, mate, I respect that so much.
Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, I mean, especially with if it was just one kid, if it was just Rafi, it'd be easier. But bro, 2 is
yeah, I bet, man. It's just,
2 is mad.
It's not
like,
double.
Speaking about
quadruple.
What you said there about being professional, it's like, you know, I've had people come up to me quite brashfully going, oh, I can do what you do. Like literally random people at HYROX who have come up to me quite a few times. This one guy, right? I thought he was just like trying to be really nice. It was at Malmo. It's like one of the first races of this season. And he was like, oh, I really like what you do. I've been watching you. And I thought he was like, just pay me a nice compliment. I was ready to say thank you and be really appreciative. And he goes, so just to let you know, I'm going to be coming for your job. And I went, and he just changed his attitude. And I was like, okay. You go, yeah, man, like, I really think, you know, you're good. But he literally said this. He went, you're good, but I think I could do a better job. And I just went, and I literally, in that moment, I loved it. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, you can join the queue because there's a lot of people waiting.
That's sick.
And I just kind of shut him down. I just said, bro, thank you so much. It's a huge, huge compliment. And it was one of those conversations that started to get a bit weird. And I was like, thanks so much, appreciate it. And I just left. So, you know, I make it look easy and people think, oh, this guy's jumping about and he's, you know, bouncing off Gustavo and Geddy and Tills, I'll see Tills this weekend and other MCs. But, you know, I know that what I do is in my head, there's so much going on and I'm constantly trying to do better. And I see other MCs imitate me a little bit and I'm like, it's not working. It's not you.
Nah, no one can be me, mate. No one can be me.
Don't just find your own path and just stick to it. So yeah.
And that's not cocky, mate. As I said to you, that's that's you being confident with who you are and knowing who you are. Mate, that's probably going to be the weirdest or best story. But do you have any other?
Strange.
Oh, bro,
can you imagine someone coming up to you going, "Oh, you're an elite 15. I could do better." Sorry, what?
But mate, your actual you were that witty or that quick to go, oh well, join the queue.
It gave me so much joy because so many people I know obviously in the UK, like the London industry, I know there are so many people who want to do MCing at HYROX because it's an amazing gig. It really is. Like one, especially in London, like that. No, there's no crowd yet that beats the UK. The weekend just gone in Glasgow. I'm not even joking. I've got to try and read this. I've got to read this comment here. So Glasgow, by the way, hands down the best crowd in the world wherever I've been.
Wow.
Oh, bro.
Why?
The energy and it was like being at a concert. Like sometimes, you know, you go, oh, like if I go on the weekend, I go, Copenhagen, these athletes need some energy, put your hands together, make some noise. And it's like, oh, it didn't work. At not one point did I need to say that.
The Scots, mate.
The Scots, I'm telling you. Wait, hang on, where is it? It was just brilliant. I've got to find it. Hang on, it's coming. Right, so did I pin it? I pinned it, didn't I? Yeah, I pinned it. So I put up a post saying like, oh, thanks Glasgow, you were amazing. See you next year, whatever. And this lady, it's Jay Hawksby. She said, bit weird that there were all these people running around the arena and throwing balls in the air at the Faisal show in Glasgow this weekend, but whatever.
Jay Hawks. Sit back down. Sit back
down. And I was
down.
just like, you know what? But I was only able to do that, one, because of the DJ, shout out to Sam, like DJ LaRoche, and two, because of the people. If you give me energy, I'm going to give you 10 times more.
10 times back.
So it was just so easy. So I loved it. I love it. I really do.
Mate, take us. So we as athletes, even if you're elite, pros, open, whatever, we're so serious about getting ready for the event.
Yeah.
Like training, nutrition, sleep, all this stuff. I know this sounds weird, but how do you get ready for the event? Like being an MC, like, do you actually have routine or protocols that you kind of,
the main thing is just to warm up my voice. So I've got, I'm lucky enough to train a singer back in the day, and she taught me how to warm up your voice. So I know certain techniques with the tongue as well to really open up your vocal cords. And then just a hot tea, like lemon and ginger with a shit ton of honey in there.
So hang on. Hot tea in the morning when you wake up before the event?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just warm, hot tea, like a peppermint or like a honey and ginger. And
coffee?
Nah, I don't drink coffee. Yeah.
Whoa. So you're saying that you don't have any caffeine in your body?
Well, I have. I mean, HYROX don't like this, but I have a lot of Nocco inside me. So.
Nocco. Right, yeah. Red Bull?
I don't, nah. Although they hate it, but yeah. But I mean, here's the thing as well. It's like I think I'm immune to all these energy drinks now, anyway. Because when I was younger, like 18 years old or whatever, and I'd go out to like, Ibiza or Ayia Napa for these, boys trips, and they'd be obviously drinking, and I wouldn't be. I'd be doing other things. But whenever they went and did a round, they'd just get me a big can of Monster or a big can of Red Bull. And we're talking like 2003, 2000, when the drinks were probably like not legal.
Yeah.
So I think I'm immune to like caffeinated drinks. Like I have a Nocco, people go, "Oh, I'm getting the tingles." I'm like, huh? I have 5 of these a day. This is
you just immune your body.
Yeah, this is nothing. But no, in terms of my morning routine, so I've got a thing now where I always go for a run on the Saturday morning or the Sunday morning. And it's a shame because 9 times out of 10 it's dark, so I can't really see where I am in terms of like any sights or whatever. So, but now it's getting a bit lighter. So Copenhagen and what else I've got coming up, like Berlin and
Cologne.
Cologne. I'll be in FIBO. Yeah, so I'll go for a run in the morning, which obviously wakes me up. Just go for a nice steady 10K. Have my breakfast, and then just go. But it's just that switch. Just like when I get to HYROX, when I get the microphone, the guys, I'll just be like, cool,
bang on. And so, just specifics, right? Take us through a normal day at the event. Do you get breaks, or do you literally work from the first wave to the last wave?
Yeah, it used to be like that when it wasn't that busy. So like I remember the first event we did in London XL like 2020, and it was like started at 10. Oh no, it started at 9 and it finished at like 4. It's like sweet. So you could work all the way through. But now, obviously, the enormity and the monster that it is. Yeah. So in the UK, we do shift work because the UK events are just way busier than the majority of the rest of the world. So there's 3 MCs. It's me, Gus, and Geddy, and we would do like 3 different shifts. But they're still 12-hour shifts. Like that's so within that 12 hours. We would just, between ourselves, the MCs, we would just be like, yo, I'm just gonna have a quick half an hour here, or I'll take my 1 hour break here. But I actually don't like being away for too long, because now it's got to the point where I'm starting to get messages going, where were you? You weren't there. You didn't call my name out, man. I've been like, the whole reason I came to HYROX was because I needed, and I was just like, I was having a poo. I was just having, I need to go to the toilet. So it's getting to the point now where things are so busy, and so I had a good friend of mine. He works here at BXR. He came up to Glasgow on Saturday. He was doing Men Pro. As you and I know, the Men Pro time is at the fucking midnight. It's ridiculous. My shift normally ends at 5:30 p.m. because I always start the day first, 6:30 to 5:30. And I'm not going to hang about a HYROX for another 3 hours just to see a friend of mine do a race. I'm going to go back to the hotel, have food, take the weight off my feet, and chill. So I'm missing friends and I'm missing people now. Like at Manchester, I wasn't there for the men's doubles. You were at Manchester, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't see you. I didn't see Hunter and Sandy because my shift had finished. And I was like, do you know what? I love HYROX, but I value my rest and sleep way more because on Sunday, I've got to do it all over again. Yeah. And that's where the professionalism is really, because I could be that guy where I'm just like, yeah, let me vibe and chat and spend more time talking, which is going to ruin my voice. As soon as my shift is finished, I'll say goodbye to who I need to say goodbye to, and I'll just exit and go back and try and switch my phone off and switch, because it's the overload of what.
Oh man,
it's almost like a blur, especially the Thunderdome. It's like you're in this like tunnel where everyone's coming at you and people are screaming and the music's pumping and you're getting messages and your Instagram's going crazy, and it's just like, whoa, as soon as you leave, out. So but that's my professional business.
And you, so you choosing to get out of there at 6:30, getting a good night rest, put your feet up, to be able to do what you did again the next day is the professionalism. However, I still hate you for not being there when I raced against Hunter in Manchester.
Yeah, I missed it. I know, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Look, I'll let that one slide, but don't do it again.
Okay, I won't do it again. But that's what a normal day looks like. And we kind of just, we kind of just take breaks when we want, really.
Yeah.
And all the other MCs in the European countries, and I know HYROX doesn't MC anymore in America, but when we work together, it's just like, yeah, I'm just going to go for a quick 30 minutes here, and, you know, and
you guys work together, and
you just kind of figure it out. But like a good MC wouldn't take too long.
Yeah.
You know, because ultimately our job isn't that hard. Like, you know, if you're going to go and take a 2-hour break, it's like, well why are you here? So but I think the norm will now be for like shift work, and also for all the other employees as well. Like, you know, hats off to them. They get there at like 4 a.m. They rig it. You know, all the operations managers and the race director, and they're there till like midnight. And I'm like,
so much work, mate.
So much work. But now it's getting to a point where they're going to have to do shift work because, you know, with anything, HYROX is, like you said, an industry, it's a business, and it's just going to grow and grow and grow. So there are going to be more employees, and the more employees you have, then the shift work can come in. But those guys work hard. They work long hours. It's ridiculous.
My pet hate, or not pet hate, but I hate it, mate, when you hear anyone and everyone these days slamming like HYROX as a business in terms of their like logistics and race setup. And like the other day in Washington, mate, I overheard like someone go up to
Jacob,
race director in Washington. Sorry, I can't remember his name. And they were pretty much just slamming the course.
Douglas,
and just being so negative towards like the setup. And in my eyes, it's just like there's too much negativity towards and directly towards the employees that are doing so much work at midnight trying to set it up for these guys racing the next day. It's like, well, if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for Nat Voyle, if it wasn't for etc., there would not be HYROX.
It would be a HYROX. There's so many unsung heroes behind the scenes who get the job done. But also, it's like, I get it. I get the passion. You know, you train hard, you spend all this time, but when you get there, you get there. I think the only people who have a slight right to have their opinion on the race course would be the elites. Like, you know, you guys have your briefing the night before, and that's when you can kind of discuss, like, you know, you've got your little drinks tables, like where's that going to be and stuff like that. I think you guys have the right to kind of give your opinion on that, but everyone else, just turn up and accept what it is and just smash it.
Yeah,
like, it'll just be an excuse, because then if you do it at a bad time, you'll just use that as an excuse. And
exactly, mate.
That just shows you who you are as a character and person. So
exactly.
People who take HYROX way too seriously, that shouldn't be taking it that seriously.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Faisal, to kind of wrap it up, I think a lot of people would love to understand like your own fitness journey and what you're training for, or if you are, and like even to the point like how many HYROX races have you done, and what's your time and stuff?
I generally love HYROX. I mean, like, so my fitness background is kind of just like being thrown into everything. My mum, you know, just put me into everything when I was younger, like from sailing to dancing to mountain biking. So I've got this like huge, and I think it's really important. I'm chucking Rafi into everything at the moment. I think it's really important as a kid just to try and do everything, find what you're good at, but then kind of be pretty decent at the rest as well. Like I am a jack of all trades and a master of quite a few. Like I really am, and I love it. As I'm getting older, my endurance is getting better, but my strength is getting
that's interesting. Yeah,
it's getting lower. But in terms of my training now, currently, I do a combination. I do Olympic lifting. I do CrossFit style Metcons. I go for a run once a week, like that's my non-negotiable. I do a little bit of bodybuilding now as well. So after this, I'm going to do a big old back session. But it's pretty much just being ready for anything. Like there's no warm up in the jungle. It's like, can you go and do this now? I'm like, yep, let's go and do it. HYROX. So I have the privilege my first ever HYROX was on a Friday night when they're doing the setup in Maastricht like 3 years ago, and I get to do it in the arena all by myself, no music. Yeah, so it's like it's amazing, but also you don't have the competitive like drive because there's no one to like race against or pace you. But it's obviously a privilege that no one else kind of gets. But I've done my first ever official HYROX was in Hamburg, where it obviously all started, and I got 1 hour, 11 minutes and 29 seconds, which is all right. But I know now I'm a little bit lighter and I'm fitter. I want to go sub 110. I reckon I can do it, JK.
Is that pro?
Well, there's no other category.
You heard it here first.
There's no other category. When I see strong guys who look strong and they're doing open, I'm like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? You fucking pussy. Like, there's no other category than pro, in my opinion. So that's a pro time.
Pro time, nice.
Birmingham. So I had the opportunity to race pro in Birmingham because my shift finished. So I did a 12-hour shift.
That's right.
That's the one where you had your client doing it.
Yeah.
And I did 1 hour 15, and I knew I'd be a bit slower. But I want to do another one. The thing is, with me, it's so difficult because I work at the majority of them. For me to do one with the tag on and getting, I want to be fresh. I don't want to be working. I have to go to another event, which means more time away from the family where I wouldn't be getting paid.
Yeah, correct.
So it's like, come on, I'm not going to do that. So what I am going to do though, my next one's going to be in Berlin on the Friday night because that's just one lap. It just looks amazing, and I think the way to make HYROX a little bit more interesting for those who just keep doing it is to add in those elements. Like it's on an airfield, like you're going to do one lap. Like, that's amazing for the guys like you. You can just send it.
Yeah. So, is it outside? Is that outside?
It's like half of the lap is half of it outside. Yeah, it's like in a big air hangar.
Wow.
Sick. So I'll do that on the Friday night, and then I'm doing doubles with the owner of France. His name's Maximus. I'll be doing a doubles with him on the Friday night. So Friday nights are kind of
sick, man. Yeah, cool.
So, but I do love it. I think HYROX is such a beautiful sport. I think it's a beautiful, it is. I've had many chats with Christian and so forth. It is the marathon. The fitness of marathons. So
yeah, and mate, it's just getting bigger and better, man. Like as much as there are some negative comments thrown here and there, like with respect to setups and this and that.
Yeah,
it's doing wonders.
Yeah, but it's like, Christian comes from the background of an Ironman. All Ironmen know, like if you did an Ironman in Spain and I did an Ironman in Chicago, I'm not going to say to you, oh, what was your time? No, it's like an unwritten rule. So it's like, and this is where it's like every rock zone is different, every course is a little bit different, but they do their absolute best to make the distances the exact same. So regardless of like logistical placing, you're still running the same race.
Yeah.
So it's like it just kind of is what it is. Like just turn up, do your time. The only thing I would say is like, for instance, when the course is a bit quieter. So for men's doubles in the morning, they've got a very good chance to get a much quicker time than when it gets to like 2 p.m. when the course is just rammed. I think for me, that's the only, I think it has to get to a point where you've got like a dedicated running lane.
I agree.
But there's definitely room for growth. There's room for improvement always in HYROX, but that just comes down to more size, comes down to bigger budgets, blah, blah, blah. So, but it definitely will happen. But for the 99% of people who do HYROX, they're just there to cross the line. That's it. So
that's right, man.
Yeah, just enjoy it.
Mate, we're going to wrap it up, Faisal. Thanks so much, man. Thank you so much. It was great to chat.
Thank you, bro.
Great to learn a bit more about you as well. Yeah. And as I said, you were a 9.75 out of 10. You're about 11, 11.3 out of 10 now. Georgie's a 17.5 out of 10 though, just to let you know.
Just so you know, Georgie, you're still number one, baby.
Still number one. Still number one. Mate, thank you so much. And look, from my end, but I know for a fact from a lot of other people's end, thank you for what you do, because you have no idea how excited I get. Even from an elite athlete, I get so excited when I know you're going to be on the mic, mate.
I appreciate it. No, that means a lot, JK. Appreciate it, bro.
And mate, good luck in Copenhagen, but also I'll be seeing you in Cologne, my boy.
Okay, cool. Wicked. Let's have some fun.
Let's do it, man. Thanks, Faisal.
All right. Take care. Bye, everyone. Peace.
Peace.